overpass, one of the projects of the government to ease the traffic. There's also another project where the government is focusing on the street lighting, which is powered by solar panel. What
Where
then
did the
are the
government
classification of
gets its
revenues? The
How
first
did they
classification
able to finance the project that I mentioned earlier? That will be my topic and the purpose of this video.
My topic is local sources of funds or internally generated income. Internally generated revenue. Internally generated revenue is the revenue that the local government generates within the area of its jurisdiction. The capacity of local government to generate revenue is one very crucial consideration for the creation of the local council. What are the major sources of funds to finance the national budget? There are three major sources mentioned in this study. Number one, revenues from both tax and non-tax sources, which will be discussed later on. Second is borrowings from both domestic and foreign sources. And third is withdrawals from available cash balances. We will first discuss the first source or the major source of funds. Number one, the revenues from both tax and non-tax sources. We will discuss first what's the definition of the word revenue. Revenue is defined as the total amount of earnings that accrues to an organization to assist in financing its activities. What then are the major classification of revenues? Revenues refers to all cash inflows and national government treasury which are collected to support expenditures but do not increase the liability of the national government. Revenues consist of tax and non-tax collections. You might be questioning what is tax or what agencies are authorized to collect taxes. A tax is compulsory contribution mandated by the law and exactly or exacted by the government for a public purpose. The major tax collecting agencies of the national government are the Bureau of Internal Revenue and the Bureau of Customs. These are the major classes of tax revenues. Number one is taxes on income and profits. Second is the taxes on properties. Third are the taxes on domestic goods and services. Fourth, taxes on international trade and transactions. And lastly, other sources that may be considered taxable. The first that we have to look at is the taxes on income and profits, which are imposed on all taxable income earned or received by a taxpayer, whether as an individual, as a partnership, or as a corporation during a particular period of time, usually lasting 1 year. Another class is the taxes on domestic goods and services, which are imposed on the use or sale of locally manufactured goods, as well as local services availed of within the domestic territory. Another thing are the taxes on international trade and transactions, include import and custom duties and other international trade-related collections of the government. Another major class of tax revenue is tax on property, which are imposed on the ownership of wealth or immovable property levied at regular intervals on the transfer of real or personal property. There are also called other taxes, which includes collection from motor vehicle tax, immigration tax, and forest charges. They are also called non-tax revenues. Non-tax revenues refer to all other impositions or collections of the government in exchange for services rendered, assets conveyed, penalties imposed, and many more. Now let's go to other major source of fund. The second one, borrowing from both domestic and foreign sources. You might be questioning what are borrowings. Borrowings refer to funds obtained from repayable sources, such as loans secured by the government from financial institution and other sources, both domestic and foreign, to finance various government projects and activities. Maybe you would question also, what are domestic borrowings compared to foreign borrowings? Domestic borrowings are funds obtained from the sources within the country. Domestic borrowings of the national government are usually made through the auction of treasury bills, notes, and bonds to the public. Foreign borrowings, on the other hand, are funds obtained from foreign sources outside the country, such as Asian Development Bank or ADB, International Bank for Reconstruction Development or IBRD, Overseas Economic Cooperation Fund or OECF, and many more. Foreign borrowings can be obtained through loans secured from foreign financial institutions or through the flotation of government securities in the international market. The last major source of funds to finance the national budget is withdrawals from available cash balance. Thank you for watching. Until next time, paalam.